Good afternoon, good evening, sons and daughters of Zimbabwe and Africa at large. Just a quick video to brief you about conflicts that has happened on our continent, but with my main focus on my own country, Zimbabwe. All right. I think in 1994, if I'm not mistaken, we have this Rwanda genocide, where a total of 1 million people lost their lives in a period of 100 days. That was an average of 100 people killed every single day. And what did our mother bodies, like the AU, the SADC, did about it? Nothing. The Rwanda Patriotic Front came to the rescue of their fellow Rwandese single-handedly. That was awful. On your part, as a mother body, AU, the African Union, or SADC, Southern Africa Development Community, which I'll refer now as Southern Africa Dictators Club, because you are not of any good to the Africans in general. You are there to protect your fellow dictators. Because when we look at the conflicts that has happened in Africa, especially in Southern Africa, I can say all over Africa, it's really pathetic and a disgrace, to say the least. Right, let's move on from Rwanda genocide. There was a conflict in Sierra Leone, 1991 to 1992. How many people died? 50,000 died. For what? Nothing. What did you do as a mother body of the continent? Nothing. If you did something, that was too little, too late. That's a fact. When did this country got their independence? April 1961. We move on to Liberia. Conflict 1989 to 1996. How many people died? 250,000. And you were there watching as a mother board. Children, mothers being butchered, raped, willy-nilly by the fighting forces. And you did nothing about it. When did Liberia got independence? 1847, when the freed slaves from America came back and said, we want to rehab our country or our continent. This is shocking, to say the least. Move on, Somalia. From 1981, I can say to the present day, because Somalia hasn't enjoyed any form of peace from that time of former warlord Siad Barre, who fled, I think, to Cote d'Ivoire in 1991 when he was out by fighting factions. The Somalis have never enjoyed peace. What have you done as a mother body, African Union? Zooch, nothing. When did they get their independence? July 1960. Recently, on the newest country on the planet, South Sudan, we have separated the main Sudan, saying that light-skinned Arab from the north were oppressing them. And a referendum happened and they managed to get their own independence. 3 years down the line, the Dinka raised against the Nuera or vice versa. I don't know which side started the conflict. And what was the result? People have been dying day in, day out because of the conflict. You could see vultures, wild vultures, devouring flesh of human flesh on the streets of Juba. What did the African Union do about it? Nothing. You are a useless, toothless bulldog. That's a fact. Hate me, love me. Moving on to my own country, Zimbabwe. When did we get our independence? 1980. What happened? Between 1981 and 1987. 1981, that's when the SADC, that time it was called the Southern African Development Coordination Community, and it later on changed to SADC, the Southern African Development Community. What did they do when this conflict in Zimbabwe, where 30,000 people, mainly in Ndebele, were slaughtered? Nothing. What did the AU do as a mother body? Nothing. My question is, are you not proud of your continent? Why are you destroying your own continent? Do you think you will go anywhere in the world and find another piece of land beside that Africa you have, or beside that Zimbabwe you own today? No. That's the only piece of Africa you have. That's the only piece of Zimbabwe you have. Why are you destroying the country? Why are you destroying the continent? Why are you destroying your own people? The world is looking. They are laughing at us. Look at these idiots. They are killing each other. Not even a single country in Africa can produce guns. But that's where most of the guns are used. Why are you wasting resources buying ammunition to kill who? To kill your own people? African leaders, the greediest leaders on earth, and the most stupid on earth as well. You are stealing money from your continent, banking it on offshore accounts, and in former colonial masters who you have driven out saying they were oppressing you. That's where you are going, buying mansions, sending your children there to get education. That education, that doesn't even benefit Africa. What a shame. You are a disgrace. Let's just be honest. Right. This message is actually for you, the current president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. You are a disgrace. So in your wisdom, or lack of it thereof, you go and hire a private jet to fly you around, even within your country. That costs around 10,000 US dollars per hour. When you don't have medication, even a simple paracetamol in your hospitals, a simple glove for the nurses to use in your own hospitals. Does that sound right to you and your cabinet? When you are doing this to your own country, destroying your own Zimbabwe, you nearly lost your life fighting for. Some came from the war with limbs after being blown out by landmines. And you were saying you were fighting for a cause, fighting for your own country. And that is the country you are destroying. Do you think your own children will be safe if you are dead today or you are driven out today? I don't think so. Do you use your bums to think? Or you have got brains? I really don't quite get it. This is shocking and alarming. I've been seeing videos from some of our hospitals that used to be the best hospitals on the African continent, and I was shocked, really shocked. And you claim to be the president of the country, a listening president you claim to be. Are you listening? Zimbabwe lives matter. Blacks' lives matter. African lives matter. Mnangagwa and the rest of the continent. You are going to be treated outside the continent. Why? Some of you go to India. When did India got independence? 1947. The same year other African countries got their independence. But why has India developed their hospital so much that you go there for treatment? It shows you don't have brains. As leaders, you and your company, especially you and your cabinet, you are just a heap of cheap drunkards who don't even know the difference between left and right. You are destroying Zimbabwe. But that's the only piece of land called Zimbabwe you can find on this planet. Nowhere else is that only Zimbabwe you have. And you are destroying it. And I've seen some ministers I thought were young, like this Minister of Finance, Nick Mangwana. I thought your brains because you are still young. But no, you are living in expensive 5-star hotels at the expense of your country. When your country doesn't have medication, when your country has got running sewage in the streets of Harare. Shame. Are we out of your minds? Hey, come on. I'm not that educated, but I can run that country better than the whole of your cabinet. Period. And that's a fact. You don't need to be really educated to know that running sewage in the streets of your cities is dangerous. Are you using your bums to think instead of your brains? Oh, what a disgrace. Where are you leading this nation to? You want your son or your daughter to be a president tomorrow, but you are destroying that country. So that means you don't want even your daughter to be a president. Because if you are destroying that only country you have, what does that mean? Your brains are full of sewage. You, Mnangagwa, and your cabinet. Let's be honest. Come kill me. I don't care. But I've told you the truth and the real truth. You unleashed soldiers to kill your own people in 2018. And then you set up this stupid Moshante commission to investigate what? What did that commission brought about to the country? What was the result? Why did you waste money on the Moshante commission? Oh dear me. What's wrong with Africa? What's wrong with us? Why did you went to war? The so-called liberation war. To loot money and send it to Britain or Portugal or wherever, or Switzerland. Does that show any logic? Are you really thinking? Or you are dead already? You took over from Mugabe 3 years ago. But I'm sorry to say this, Mugabe was a better fool than you. And the fact that you ran away from the country when Mugabe chased you from relinquished your duties, it shows there is a lot of hidden things behind your party. It's a party of killers. Because why did you run away? if you were not afraid of being killed. Jesus Christ. What a shame. Africa, let's wake up. The youth, especially the youth. It's your future at stake. These old madalas are destroying. Think if you are 17 today, those who are 17 and 30, between 17 and 30 years, honestly, your future is doomed if we don't take drastic actions as a nation to save the situation. Your future is at stake. And it is you, the youth, who should really wake up. Because some of you, in your entire life, you will get to 40 without holding a pay slip. If these idiots were reinvesting the money they are looting back into Zimbabwe, every Tom and Jerry will be having a job to sustain his or her own family. But no, they are putting money outside Zimbabwe, outside Africa, benefiting those rich nations already in offshore accounts. They're sending their money to Dubai, buying mansions in Dubai. Dubai, that was just a desert in 1979. But they focus on rebuilding their country. Even if the oil revenue get dry, still tourism will be sustaining them. And after all, it's only 5% of the oil revenue they are using today. It's now a financial capital of the world, Dubai. But it was built by the Emirates themselves. But no, our entire cabinet is busy taking bulldozers, destroying people's lives they are claiming to have fought for during the so-called Liberation War. What kind of nonsense is that? Anyway, I can talk and talk till I talk no more. Thank you. Have a good day.